everywhere burst few hours ago on the day 2 of the Biafra Liberation Convention that is ongoing in Finland at the moment. The day 1 was actually successful, but the day 2, a lot of things is actually happening now. Kasala burst few hours ago. Moment they caution Biafrans on the presence of Nigerian armies and Nigerian government in the Biafra Convention. Everywhere burst. They announced the presence of the enemies. It's normally news that the Biafran groups actually call Nigerian government and Nigerian military forces, all of that. They always call them enemies and all of that. They call them terrorist group. Now they announce the presence of the so-called terrorist group. Now Kasala burst few hours ago. Biafran Finland Convention burst few hours ago. Now play the full video in this very video. So I'd like us to stay connected to the end of this video. You will see things for yourself. So if you can share the video, just do what to share it as you're watching it. Share it to the best social media platforms. Let it go viral. And if you can share it, just like it as you're watching it. Like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. Just stay connected. I'm coming back again.
Welcome you back to LAJUPOG TV.
I don't have bad news for you today.
The home of religious gossip.
But you should leave the fight from Mohammed.
What is happening in the Christendom? Join now. It makes sense with LAJUPOG.
Hello my great and wonderful viewers, welcome back to LAJUPOG TV. For those of you coming across this channel for the very first time, just endeavor to click the registration button appearing on your video screen, and as you clicking it, click the bell icon and outside, which is the notification bell icon, so that whenever we drop a new video in few hours time, YouTube will easily let you to know. Now, Kasala burst few hours ago, the convention of Finland is ongoing at the moment. Biafrans are actually holding their convention in Finland, and it's going to last in the 3rd of December. Now, they started yesterday. A lot of Biafrans actually stormed Finland. It's no more the news that a lot of Biafrans, thousands of Biafrans are in Finland at the moment. Some are still even traveling to Finland. Some are saying that it is the 2nd of December on that they actually want to witness. So some people have not yet been in Finland. Why some are in Finland already? The convention have finally kickstarted, and Biafrans have raised the Biafran flag up. They have raised it up as far as Finland is concerned. And I told you some of my video that we draw recently, I made it known to the general public that the Biafrans that actually attended the Finland convention is not only Biafrans only. A lot of people from international communities, some Americans, some Europeans, and some Asian people actually attended, including some Finnish citizens. Some Finnish citizens actually attended the convention. Everywhere food, the auditorium food. Now, the day 1 was actually successful, but the day 2, Kasala burst, which is today. Kasala burst few hours ago, moment they caution Biafrans on the presence of the terrorist group, which is the Nigerian Armed Forces and the Nigerian government and all of that. You will see show in this very video. I'm gonna play you the full video. You will see everything the way it goes. So I would like us to stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share the video, just do well to share it as you're watching it. Share it on the social media platforms. Let it go viral. And if you can share it, just like it as you're watching it, like the video, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. As the service is ongoing, something tragic happened, which a lot of Biafrans never expected. A lot of Biafrans weren't expecting what actually transpired. Nigerian Armed Forces, Nigerian Army have been doing everything possible to get Simon Ekpa from Finland, and this Finland in question did not have an extradition treaty with Nigeria. And without Finland having an extradition treaty with Nigeria, even though Finland arrests Simon Ekpa 100 times, there's no way they can actually extradite him to Nigeria the way they actually extradited Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria. It can't be possible in the case of Simon Ekpa because there's no cordial treaty between Nigeria and Finland. Now, the moment Finland arrested Simon Ekpa, the Nigerian Armed Forces, the Nigerian armies, they wrote Finland immediately. They said Finland should extradite him to Nigeria, but Finland refused. Though they said they extended the trial of Simon Ekpa in May 2025. Yes, that was what they said, and they put him in detention and all of that, but they're not ready to extradite him to Nigeria. Now, as the Finland convention is ongoing, it's normally news that Simon Ekpa is actually absent, but Kasala burst few hours ago. What Biafrans never expected finally transpired. So just stay connected to the end of the video. As the service is ongoing, I will play you the service as it's actually ongoing, and you will see what is being said yourself. You will see the way they actually caution Biafrans and announce the presence of the terrorist group which they believe terrorizes Biafrans and all of that, and they are called the Nigerian Army and the Nigerian government. You will see show in this very video. Biafrans couldn't believe their eyes. They never expected that kind of caution in that kind of gathering. So just stay connected to the end of the video. If you can share the video, share it. If you can share it, just like it. Stay connected as I play the video. You will see the way everything goes, and you will see everything the way it's been said.
For a common cause, focus on our fight to free the Biafran people against the main target, which is the Nigerian government. Biafra must unite in one front under umbrella of the Republic of Biafra government in exile and the leadership of Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. Yeah. What happened during this convention? Ooh, I smell some rotten eggs. Do I sense some suspicion? Prime Minister Simon is in prison? Why now? Could someone have a motive to sabotage the convention, which is very important convention to restore the Declaration of Independence? But they were not able to stop us. We're still running and moving. Yes, they need to hear the Biafran voices loud and clear. When you cut one of us, we're not dying. Instead, we are multiplying into hundreds, thousands, and even millions until we reach the destination and the destination of freedom. This is a freedom fight not about if, but about when. Biafra deserves to be free. And it will be free no matter the cost it demands. The Biafrans have faced so many arrests, torture, disappearances, calculated repression, and even death by the Nigerian government. If that is the sacrifice is what is needed, Biafrans are ready to pay more life for the future free and democratic Republic of Biafra and for the freedom of their kids. In the journey for independence or freedom, of course, you will face many obstacles and challenges. You will cross through so many fences, but you must endure and work together as a united front against your sole enemy, the Nigerian government, in order to achieve your goal and avoid targeting at each other. Remember what all repressors have in common: divide and rule. No matter what they do, we must unite in order to defeat them. We must organize and galvanize our Biafran community, whenever they might be, to support the movement for the freedom and the free Republic of Biafra for the benefit of all Biafrans. I think Biafrans are living under what I call a forced marriage by the Nigerian government. Anytime you have a forced marriage, it's not sustainable. It cannot live happily, in peace and tranquility. The forced marriage reached a point of no return. Biafra do not wish ill of the Nigerian people, but they are demanding a divorce today, not tomorrow. If possible, Biafrans desire for their independence at a minimum cost, for the sake of the Biafran people and for the sake of the Nigerian people. If it was able to achieve the freedom through peaceful negotiations, settlements, dialogue, mediation, in that case, Biafra is ready to engage, while realizing there is no such words as peace that exists in the vocabulary of the Nigerian government. So Biafrans are simply asking to be free in order to decide their future. The hurt this forced marriage is creating is very painful, and it's leaving a lot of scars in the heart, painful memories, which is hard to forgive and forget. Biafran hearts are bleeding. They want the divorce, the marriage to end today, not even tomorrow. I could not conclude my presentation without explaining and giving you the good news why the Eritrean government is also here at your convention. We come here equipped with our flag, with our national anthem, and a sharp pen. I am ready today to recognize the independence of Biafran government. Thank you. Yeah. So when we sign that agreement we will be the first nation to recognize the Biafran movement. And we ask other friends, other nations to follow suit. This should encourage for the rest to come, support the Biafran nation as the one before. There is nothing to stop them. For God's sake, 80 million population under repression, it is unheard of. So other nations should come and follow suit to support this movement of the Biafran people. We're going to do that. We're going to do that with a stroke of a pen, not a machine gun. So the enemies learn. You can do it peacefully. You can let Biafra free. So what can that accomplish? This even recognition and the Declaration of Independence. The sky is the limit now. The sky is the limit to go. It is waiting some work from us. With a little bit of diplomacy, yes, we can ask nations, yes, even go to as far as to the United Nations to seek representation. Come to the list as a observer nation, the same they do to the Palestinian nation. So we got a way to go, but it is doable. From here, nobody can stop you. As I finish my speech, I see some glimpse of light at the end of the tunnel. I think it is a light of hope. It must be a light of justice. It is a light of freedom. It is a light of peace. It is a light of love. It is a light of togetherness. It is a light of prosperity. It is a light of happiness. A light of Biafrans going home. And above all, I believe this is a light of an independent Biafran nation. God bless the Republic of Biafra. God bless the nation of Eritrea. Thank you all.
Yes, that's our Director General, Professor Roby. Thank you, Professor Roby. And we thank the President of Eritrea, President Baruria. Thank you so much for being a friend of Biafra. Thank you. Great Biafrans, we know that we have a lot of dignitaries here. I know Biafrans at home and Biafrans here and every other place in the world are pumped because we have a lot of Biafra friends and well-wishers. And the next Biafra friend our lobbyist. Everyone knows him. In fact, we even call him our brother from another mother.
Thank you. Thank you for that very generous introduction from the Minister of Finance. Please give him a round of applause for his tireless dedication to the government, and I appreciate his tremendous support. I also want to provide thanks to the Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to the Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, to the Chief of Staff, Dr. Oro Boezi, and all of the honorable cabinet ministers we have here today, to all the dignitaries, and most importantly to the people BIAFRA. Thank you. I also want to provide my personal wishes and prayers for the Prime Minister and his family during this challenging time, and will support him to see him through this moment of challenge. I also want to pass along the regards of my colleague, former Congressman Jim Moran, who wanted to come but could not do so due to some personal obligations. I just want to speak extemporaneously for a moment. I didn't write my speech, but I just want to make some comments about how I got involved in this wonderful movement and in the struggle, because I do think, looking back retroactively, I think there was a divine providence that brought me into this. So it was very interesting. I've known about BIAFRA for some years. I knew about the indigenous people, BIAFRA, the IPOB, was not involved. One day, by complete accident, online, when doing some research, I came across this BIAFRA Republic Government Exile website, and I was very surprised. I thought to myself, when did BIAFRA government come into being? So I clicked on the website, I looked through it, I became more and more interested, and then I came across a profile of Simon Ekpa, and I thought, who is this Prime Minister Ekpa? And yeah. So I became more and more intrigued. I went to his Wikipedia, I read it, talking about all the work he's doing, how he's based in Finland, and I became more and more intrigued. I was like, this is such an interesting person. I have to find out what's going on here. So I sent an email to the general email of the BIAFRA Republic Government Exile website, just saying that I was interested in learning more about the organization, because I was genuinely curious. This seemed very fascinating to me. And I received back an email personally from the Prime Minister saying he wanted to speak with me. So we spoke for the first time, and I was immediately impressed. I saw how brilliant he was. I saw that he was a visionary leader. I saw that he knew he was doing, how tactical he was. But most important, I saw that he had the special, intangible qualities of a leader and a historic leader. And I immediately knew there's something very special here. And this is something I've experienced with. I've dealt with leaders, presidents, prime ministers all over the world of different countries. My own family, I come from a revolutionary family in Greece where we've had many generations of freedom fighters. So I have a good instinct when it comes to who has leadership qualities. And I could tell, okay, this person has something very special. And if I work with him, I think we could actually achieve what he wants to achieve. So over time, over many months, we developed a very close personal relationship. And also he saw something in me and he said, I really want you to get involved in this. I want you to be a part of this cause. And so I began formally my lobbying representation June this year. And I think in a few months, we've changed the course of history. So I think there are larger forces at play, and I'm very glad that divine providence has brought me into this and will see us through this and to the goal that we want to achieve. I'll forever be in our hearts and will be passed along to future posterity as a seminal moment in our great struggle for freedom. The independence of Biafra will not only be a symbol of hope for the continent of Africa, but the entire world. Biafra will be a symbol of pride. In the 1960s, President John F. Kennedy and the United States government played an important role in supporting the decolonization of Africa and supporting various African independence leaders and African nationalist movements. President Kennedy understood that supporting the African people rather than the European colonists was not only the right thing to do and the moral thing to do, but in the interests of the United States, which at the time had been competing with the Soviet Union for influence in Africa and throughout the world. Similarly, in this new age of great power competition, the United States has an obligation to support the new African independence movements of the 21st century and put an end to the legacy of neocolonialism in Africa. And Nigeria is one of the worst examples of neocolonialism, a failed British project. And the rise of Biafra will put an end to this nonsense in Africa. As the Biafran government lobbyist in Washington, D.C., I've taken the Biafran message, or we could even say the Biafran gospel, to the highest levels. We have spoken to the Congress. We have spoken to the White House. We have spoken to the think tanks and the decision makers in Washington. As the finance minister said, we have met with and presented the Biafra Charter to the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Mike Johnson, the third highest level official in the United States government. And we've met with many members of Congress. The results have been overwhelmingly positive. We have received overwhelming support. We've already received many commitments. Not a single member of Congress or U.S. official that I've met with have expressed any support for Nigeria. So we're on the right track, and we're in a very good position as we move into the future. At this convention, we will have speakers from the most prestigious think tanks in Washington, D.C., including the Cato Institute, the American Enterprise Institute, and In Defense of Christians. We have seen the fruits of this engagement with powerful longtime U.S. diplomats such as Ambassador Tibor Nagy and the American Enterprise Institute, Dr. Michael Rubin, who will be speaking at this convention. Highlighting the plight of the Prime Minister's attention, even critiquing Finland for what's happening, which is very significant. And in fact, there are articles in the news recently talking about the shock that people have about U.S. officials supporting the Prime Minister during the current detention. So this shows you the impact of what we're doing. In the next upcoming U.S. presidential administration, I believe there will be a number of independent African states or emerging African states which will be which will have their independence recognized.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. You can hear everything that man actually said in that very video. You know, as the convention is ongoing, Biafrans actually have a lot of speakers that actually mount the podium to come and talk regarding the liberation of Biafra. And you know, since yesterday, they have been listing out the offenses of Nigerian government to them. Before Biafrans can actually say that, no, they want to separate themselves from Nigeria, a lot of things have actually transpired and all of that. And everything that they counted out, all the charges that they counted out against Nigerian government, all the terrorism charges, is as a result of injustice. You know, they said Nigerian government will capture terrorists, and by so doing, they will add them to the Nigerian armed forces and all of that. And the terrorists will begin to corrupt the Nigerian armed forces to the extent that the terrorists will go to Biafra land and will go and poof their brothers, they will go and poof Biafran sisters, they will rape their this and that and all of that. A lot of atrocities actually transpired in time past. And these Biafran people in question, they said they'll be looking forward for Nigerian government to put justice system in place and all of that. But the justice system of Nigeria isn't working for the weak. That was what they said in this very is not my own personal opinion. You know, they said they're looking forward for justice since all this while, but no justice is being made. Nigerian armies will go to their land, they will poof their children. Nigerian Fulani terrorists will go to their land, they will poof their families and all of that. They will take their life and nothing will be done. Nigerian government is actually enhancing terrorism. That was what they said in this very video that you just finished watching. That was what they've been saying in the Biafra Convention. They said Nigerian government have been enhancing terrorism and all of that, and by so doing, Biafrans are not seeing justice. That is why they're saying that they want to liberate themselves from Nigeria. They want to separate themselves from Nigeria so that Nigeria can continue with its terrorism and they will start afresh from their own state of Biafra. All this was said yesterday and even today. They be saying all these things, but due to what this man said a few hours ago regarding the fact that Biafra should be conscious of Nigerian security operative, because the Nigerian security operative will be looking for how to actually capture Biafrans and all of that actually attended the Finland Convention, because Nigerian government have been saying that they're looking for the sponsors of the Biafran liberation movement, and all of that is not only limited to Samanekwa. It is not only Samanekwa that they're actually looking for, because when Finland government actually arrested Samanekwa, they arrested Samanekwa and 4 others. It is not only Samanekwa that was arrested. Now they say some people are actually funding Biafra and some people are actually working for the liberation of Biafra. So they believe that those people that actually went to Finland Convention are the one that are sponsoring Biafra. A lot of people that went to the Finland Convention are people in the diaspora. A lot of them are not even in Nigeria. They move from different countries of the world where they are. Some are from America, some are from Europe, some are from different countries, and they find themselves in Finland for the convention. That one was telling Biafrans in that very video that I just finished watching, is calling their attention to the fact that they should be strong, that there's no amount of tribulation that may come, there's no amount of trial that Nigerian security operative can actually bring Nigerian terrorist group and all of that, that they should be strong, that Biafrans should be united, that whenever they say that they actually capture one of them, that they should stand beside that person. That was what that man was actually saying in that very video. He said Nigerian security operative will not be joking at the moment, because they never expected that the convention can actually hold, because they arrested Nnamdi Kanu, they put him in custody, which was leader of the Biafra movement, and later they used Finland government to actually arrest Samanekwa and they charged him for terrorism and all of that, and by so doing they said the convention may not hold. But they never expected that the convention can hold like this, and the convention can be bulking and be full of a lot of people that are not even Biafrans. A lot of the people there in the convention are not even Biafrans. So a lot of things actually take place. They're expecting that the convention will not hold, but the convention hold. So that's to tell you that Nigerian armed forces will not be joking at the moment. So any Biafrans that they actually catch, according to what that man said, because I'm still narrating what that man actually said in that very video, any Biafrans that they actually catch and they know that the Biafran is actually present in the Finland Convention and all of that, they may capture the person and put the person in jail and all of that, because these people never expected that the convention can actually hold, but the convention hold even in the absence of Simon Ekpa and all of that. So that was what that man was saying in that very video. He said Biafra should be strong, that a lot of trials will come, a lot of persecutions will come from Nigerian government, a lot of tribulations will come, that if Biafrans really want to liberate 100%, that they must be strong and they must stand beside each other. They must work unanimously. That was what that man said. He said they should be conscious of the terrorist group which they actually call Nigeria and all of that. Just drop your opinion in the comment section of this video regarding everything that was said in this very video. Drop your opinion. Feel free. Say your mind. As I'm gonna dedicate and that one for you, and sure follow me on my social media handles on Facebook at LAJUPOG TV, at LAJUPOG Entertainment, and on Instagram at LAJUPOG. Guess what, guys? See you in my next video. Bye for now.
I see the hot for my body, I say make I yarn you. Religious gossip plenty day for body, day for year. Pastor with the line on top, be pastor. For LAJUPOG Watch TV. Pastor with the back, where politician with the do pass himself. Corrupt leader, all the while you with the for church. All as LAJUPOG Watch TV.